Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Dean, also known as Decuro from Decuro Gaming. I decided to pick up a new PC. I ordered it from Origin. I figured I'd do an unboxing and kind of go over the specs and take a look at the product and then talk about my experience. So we'll go over the unboxing first. I'm gonna have it play in the background. There's not a lot of good audio, so I'm just gonna have it muted and we'll talk about what came in the box. So first off, it comes in a big wooden crate if you order it that way. That's great. It's extra like 45 bucks. But you know, that way it you know, you never have any problems with shipping. It has to hit it pretty hard to mess it up. The ordering process is pretty easy. You go to their website, you just start clicking on the stuff you want, and can rack up the dollars pretty quick. I had a price point of about $4,000, so I didn't want to go too much over that. So I had to tone back a couple of things, but for the most part, I got on the top end of what they were offering at the time. So I'm gonna fast forward past this until we get into the box. So it did come with a few games. It came with a couple of codes for Scum on Steam. It came with a couple of codes for Star Trek Online, a couple of codes for Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So I originally recorded this on my GoPro, and I was going to actually just use that format, but for some reason the audio was horrible. I couldn't get it to level out. It just made it really tinny, and I just decided not to use it. I tried going to this format. We'll see if it works or not. Anyway, you'll get a gist of what's going on. So inside the wooden crate is a box that, you know, it's an Origin box. On top is a little mouse pad. It's a nice heavy mouse pad. I like it a lot. It's got some good structure to it. And then just inside there is the neoprene case for the computer. Another very good quality item. The power brick, you had an option to buy one or two. I only bought one, but I would recommend if you're going to use this at home and travel, just get two, because you're going to need them anyway. Unhooking it from your desk after you do wire management or anything, cable management, just get two. Came with a free Origin t-shirt. Hopefully the audio levels are pretty good. I tested the recording, but you know how that goes. Came with a poster. I really like it. I'm an 80s dude, so it's the Origin Vice 80s style poster. So I don't know what I'll use it for. Maybe I'll put it up somewhere. I have to figure out where this thing's gonna go. I've got my setup here, and I'm thinking about changing it all around. My green screen's been kind of acting up the way I've got it set up, and I just need to find a place for it. Anyway, this box has miscellaneous bolts and screws and discs, and then it has the thumb drives that has all your recovery stuff on it. Very well packaged. Everything is very well packaged here. And then underneath that, they have the actual computer. Now, I bought the Eon 17X laptop, desktop replacement. It's a fairly large laptop if you're going by laptop standards, but it has desktop type components in it. So it's got a full I got the i7 8700K. And I got the 1080 GTX 1080 video card, so it's very girthy. The one thing that I noticed right off the bat is the color. When I ordered it on the website, it looked like a bright, shiny, like a race car red. When it came, it's a flat, kind of a darker red. It looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. I like this version better than what I looked at on the website, what I was expecting. Again, very well done, very well put together, feels nice and solid. We'll call that done on that video. And then we'll just kind of talk about the actual computer. I'm going to see if I can move it here without doing too much damage. So, on this side, which is the right side of the computer, we have all of our I&O for your audio, your line in, and your headphone, microphone, and all that stuff. We have two USB 3.0 ports. On the back, these two are exhaust fans. You see that right? Yeah, these guys. There's one on each side. And you can see how thick this is. I mean, it's a good amount. Also in the back, we got two of these little display ports. We got an HDMI, and then the input for the power supply. Oh, can we move it all the way around? All right, the other side, you'll see has the Ethernet port, Thunderbolt, a USB-C, and two more USB 3.0s, along with the card reader. The screen is, I think when I ordered, there were three options. I think you could do the 4K 60 Hertz. I think you could have done the 1440p 144 Hertz, but don't quote me. And then there was a 1080p. I went back since then, and a lot of things have changed, so I don't know. I don't remember what was available. The keyboard has 3 zones with RGB backlighting that you can change the color at each zone, or you can make them all the same color. The trackpad has the 2 buttons for the mouse. Trackpad works really well. The fingerprint sensor there, it works, part of the time. I would say most of the time, but then when it has its hiccups, it doesn't at all. It's hit and miss. Keyboard itself, to me, feels like every other laptop I've ever played with. I would have liked to have had a little more mechanical, a little more substance when I click the button. But other than that, I mean, it'll work. It does have a numpad, so if you're into accounting or whatever, you can kind of go through that pretty quick. For gaming, it kind of pushes the keys together a little bit, so I find myself hitting a lot of wrong keys. But, like I said, it works pretty good. Power button's up here in the middle. The speakers are actually really good. It says Sound Blaster tuned, and then they're Realtek speakers, but they work really, really well. Let's set this back down. Thing's heavy. It's like, I would say 13 to 15 pounds if I had to guess. It's pretty heavy. Like I said, I got the i7 8700. They had a i9 available, but I didn't, I wanted to overclock it. I wanted to be able to do that. So, so I stayed with the i7 8700K. I watched some reviews, and I didn't see a whole lot that really sold me on it. At the time, they didn't have the RTX 2080s available. During my wait time for it to be built, they became available, so it is what it is. Trackpad is really awesome, by the way. I came from a MacBook Pro, and I've used that for the last, I don't know, I probably used that for the last 5 years, and I really liked the way the trackpad works on the MacBooks. And there we go. The last Windows PC I had, or laptop, was like a Windows 7, I think. And the trackpad was completely backwards. I couldn't even navigate anything. This one really works exactly like the MacBook. So I think that's a Windows thing, but it's good. So here you can see i7 8700K. I'm running it. Looks like 4.6 currently. Yeah, I can't complain. It's normally a 3.7. It's overclocked pretty well. I haven't got too hot with it yet. The first night I did have it sitting on my legs. I tried laying in bed and playing a game. Since the intakes are on the bottom, it blocked off the airflow pretty good when it was sitting on my legs, but it didn't air or anything. It did well. It felt warm. I don't know if I have anything that can show like, oh, so here's my GPU stuff. GTX 1080, currently running at those numbers. So far I've played Dead by Daylight, Friday the 13th. I did that Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I played Elder Scrolls Online. I played GTA Online. All of that on the highest settings I could, and I've had no problems with this. Really runs like a champ. It's awesome. The Cinebench scores and stuff I haven't ran through yet, but I really don't care. I'm not trying to get numbers. I want good gameplay. Yeah, so pretty heavy. Keyboard could use some work. Other than that, pretty solid construction. Really no problems. The first night I had it, it gave me the blue screen of death. And I think that was a Windows thing. And since then I fixed it, rebooted it, did the drivers and stuff. Haven't had any problems. So also today I got the backpack. I bought this off Amazon because I'll explain later about the Origin process. I wasn't really happy with that whole ordering was easy. The product's awesome. Everything in between left a little bit to be desired, and I'll talk about that. So anyway, I should have just bought this right off the bat, but I had a canvas shoulder bag that I really like, but this thing doesn't fit in it, man. It's huge. So anyway, I bought this. It was $100. A little expensive, but it has a ton of pockets. It's got just pockets and places for everything. And it's the Origin one. It's got the handle. It's got good padding. I really like it. But it came today. We'll see actually how packing everything up goes. Because I carry the big brick for the power supply. I carry these headphones, Xbox controller. Since I don't like the keyboard, I have a Razer Orb Weaver that I use. I carry it with me. I carry a mouse, the Logitech wireless G602 mouse. Works really well. What else do I carry with me? My iPad, some other random crap. And I think it'll all fit in there. I really do. So, yeah, overall very happy with the final product. Very happy with the bag. Gameplay is amazing. Oh yeah, let's talk about how the ordering process went. If you just came for the unboxing and kind of wanted to look at the computer, you can click off now. But if you want to know what it's like for an average person, an ordinary consumer, to buy from Origin, I feel it might have gone a little differently had I been a bigger streamer or had more influence, but that's just me. So currently, as of making this video, I have like 10 followers on Twitch, probably mostly family and friends. I have, I think, 1 follower on Twitter, and I think this is the first video I put to this YouTube channel, the DeGurl Gaming channel. If you're watching this on my other channel, then, again, all family and friends on that channel. So I clicked submit order, and I believe the website said, I want to say it said like 9 to 11 days, or something like that. It was, yeah, so look at this red. This red looks really bright and vibrant. It's very like blood-like on here. I like it a lot better. I'm just going to go through this real quick just to kind of see. Yeah, see, it says 4 to 6 days over here. Not true. Let's continue that. All right, so things have changed, but I did all of the fun stuff here that I could. Now it only has a 1080 and a and a 4K. I don't think that was the case, but I could be wrong. And we're up to the 9700 8-core. Apparently, that wasn't an option. It was only the 8700. So, oh well. And they don't even offer the 1080 anymore. They have the 2080. I did the overclocking, but I don't think it's allowed on this GPU, but maybe it'll let me know. I did all of the extra stuff here. Oh, so the RAM, I upgraded to the G.Skill Ripjaws 32 gig RAM. I don't know if it's really necessary, but I got the Windows 10 Professional. I did the M.2, and I did RAID 0. I don't really remember what I did there. So this just the hard drive came with a Seagate, the Fire Cuda one. This one, I think. I only got one hard drive. It's a terabyte, so I have two 250s in RAID and terabyte SSHD, I believe is what it's called. Everything else is about the same. I didn't do a capture card or anything on it. And then the box, wouldn't create armor. Alright, so this is roughly, I mean, it kind of sucks that I paid $4,022 here. Maybe shipping would have taken it up a little bit. And I got the 8700K, and I got RTX, or I got a GTX 1080 instead of the RTX 2080. While mine was being built, all that other stuff became available. So what do you do? I'll tell you why I'm frustrated. This says 4 to 6 days. I ordered it on the 3rd. That said 4 to 6. I don't want to say it said a little farther. I'm going to give them, it said 9 to 11 days. I want to say that's what it said. I don't remember exactly. I never really pay attention to that, but I'm using it for an example. Let's say it said 9 to 11 days. So the 3rd would put 11 days as the 14th. All right, I'm good with that. January 14th. When I click continue, I did the financing. That's another thing. I did the financing just for giggles to see how easy it was. As low as $95.29. I didn't have anything anywhere near that. I think mine said 90 was the lowest price. The lowest price I have good credit and a good job. I have a lot of student loans, so maybe that made a difference, but my lowest one was $200 for 4 years. So I did the $300 for 2 years option, I think. I'll probably pay it off sooner, but I just wanted to see what it was like. Anyway, back to the fact. 9 to 11 days puts it to the 14th. After I click continue, let's see if we can even, so when you click on here, it tells you a status of what your computer's in. So we have order created, parts selected, assembly integration, final engineer review, shipped. I don't know what quality assurance, why that would come after shipped. So there's a bunch of steps, right? Immediately after I clicked it, it went into processing. And it was there for the night, and I'm like, all right, that makes sense. Processing, it's going to process the order. They're gonna go in order, right? So the next day, it went from processing to assembly. It skipped the whole parts selected or selecting parts or any of that stuff. So I'm like, all right, sweet. They've already got the stuff selected. They're ahead of the game. Awesome. And that's where it stopped for a long time. I got an email the day after I ordered. Hey, thanks for ordering. My name's, so-and-so. I'm the sales guy. Your order's estimated ship date is going to be January 14th, which lines right up with what that said. So that worked out. So we're getting up closer to the 14th, like the 13th. and it still says assembly. It hasn't gone to integration, which they do an overnight burn-in. They fix any problems. They, just make sure everything works. Then it goes to a final engineer to go over and make sure everything is solid, and then they send it out. But the 14th was the next day, and it was still in assembly, so I knew that it was never going to ship on the 14th. I waited 2 days after the estimated ship date because I understand problems happen and things. And I just kind of shot an email to the sales manager and said, do you have a new estimated ship date? Because, it still says assembly, and it's now 2 days past the estimated ship date. I didn't receive anything back for... I think I waited 2 full days, or at least 1 full day. Let's say 1 full day because I don't really remember. 1 full business day they had an opportunity to answer me just with, hey, I'll check on it, anything. Nothing came through. That following day after business hours, I shot out a tweet and tagged them because I know they're active on Twitter, and I said estimated ship date came and went. You could probably go on Twitter and follow the line, but I said estimated ship date came and went. It still says assembly. I just want to know it's a new date, and I didn't hear anything. And I want to say the next day, a full day, not through the business day. I waited until toward the end. I called the 1-800 number up here, and I just asked, hey, what's the new ship date? And the guy put me on hold, and he said he went and talked to the sales manager and found that my system was in the final stages. He'd have a new ship date for me by the end of the day. Send me an email. So the end of the day came and nothing. And I waited. That was Thursday. I waited until finally on Monday. I got an email from the sales manager. Now, I don't remember if I had sent out any tweets that weekend, but I know I kept updating. Oh, I did. I said, hey, I made a call, and I still haven't got an email. They said there would be a new email sent with a new ship date by the end of the day, and I'm still sitting here waiting. Monday comes around, and I finally get an email from the sales manager. He said, your system is in the final stages of testing. Barring any issues, it'll ship out within the next couple days. Now that was, I believe, the 21st. I think it was whatever the Monday was following. I think it was the 21st. I said, all right, good. I was in my mind, I'm like, awesome. A couple days, then a few days of shipping, and we'll be there. A couple days came and went, and I still hadn't received even an email. Nothing. And it still said assembly. We're at the 27th now, and it says assembly still. Now, as far as I know, it just goes processing, assembling, shipped. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't show exactly all of these different sections, but the impression they give is it goes through these sections. I think the next tweet I did was because I saw they were doing live builds. They did 2 live builds while my computer was sitting in there, and I didn't even have a ship date. I didn't know when it was going to ship out. I was really trying to be careful because I don't want them to hurry. I just want to know where I'm sitting, or where, because I've already got rid of my MacBook, and I'm ready for a new thing. I just paid enough money for a used car for this laptop. Yeah, I know it's not the most expensive, but it's a lot of money for me. Anyway, I tweeted a couple more times and tagged them in it. I think I said, it's been a week since they said a couple days. I'm still in the dark. Whatever. One of the live builds they were advertising, I just jokingly got on there and said, "Hey, you want to finish my build first?" You know, I think that's really, I mean, all the tweeting I did. Finally, I want to say it was on the 30th. Somebody DM'd me back after probably 5 or 6 tweets in that line of thing. Somebody finally DM'd me back and said, "I'm sorry to hear you're having a problem with your order. What's your order number?" And it was from OriginPC. So I shot them over my order number, and within probably 10 minutes, I got a phone call from the sales manager, and he said, "I'm sorry, we had a bad GPU in your unit, and we got it all fixed out. It's ready to go. Do you want to?" He said, "Because of the delay, I've been authorized to give you an upgrade. You can either do 3-day shipping, or we can upgrade you to the new RTX 2080. Because that was one of the comments I made is, I ordered this PC, a month ago, and it's already obsolete. You already got new stuff, out there. And I was trying to get the top of the line stuff that I could get. And with the exceptions that I talked about. Anyway, he said he was authorized to give me an upgrade. And I was like, I really would love that 2080 card. And he said, well, the caveat is it's 3 weeks out. So I'd have to wait another 3 weeks. So we'd look at almost 2 months to build a laptop. I get their company, I think they should have a processing line. I built my computer in a couple of hours, and I don't build computers every day. This stuff should be fairly streamlined for them. And we're already at a month, and it's still in assembly. I mean, nothing has changed on that status. I'm like, all right, I'll just do the 3-day shipping. I'm not in it for anything for free. I'm not looking for, handouts. I just want my computer. The next day, it did not ship out. The next day, it switched to integration. So it is going in order here. And he said it had already gone through integration, and they found the bad GPU and fixed it and was ready to ship, which tells me it had already gone through integration, it had already gone through final engineer review, and was ready to ship the next day. So the next day, it's the day after he told me that, it switched to integration. And there was no new ship date, there was no shipping information, anything. And I just waited. The following day after that, I got an email from him that said, "Hey, we're sorry. Your unit, we found some bad RAM in your unit. We replaced that." I believe that email actually said the ship date or the tracking information. I don't recall. But at that point, it went into final engineer review. So, and then it shipped out it was the first, they shipped it out 3-day shipping. So, was he being truthful with me? I don't know, maybe. I don't feel like he was. I feel like they dropped the ball and he was trying to make up stuff to kind of make excuses. It appeared that this goes in some sort of order like it's supposed to, and I was already frustrated. We're in 27 days, or no, what was it? 29 days, I think, to build this, and we're 2 weeks past the estimated ship day that they told me when I bought it. On another note, the 3-day shipping from UPS was shipped out on the 1st. They said it was going to arrive the 6th. I don't know how 6 minus 1 is 3, but that's UPS. It's not Origin. It did say 3-day shipping on the thing. So yeah, it arrived on the 6th, and I've been happy with it since, but I really don't know that, that I was treated like I would have been had I been one of the guys they did the live build for, somebody with a higher following. one of the things that they're praised for is their customer service. And if they happen to watch this video, which I hope they do, and I hope they take into account that, you know, I really felt like I was ignored. I did. I spent a lot of money. There was only a few more things I could do, I think, that would have jacked up the price anymore. So I feel that I should have been treated the same as everybody else, and maybe I was. I don't know. But to me, I felt like I was lied to. And then when I opened the package, I'm like, well, maybe they knew I was frustrated. They knew I didn't take the option. It was like an $800 upgrade or something like that for the RTX 2080, and it was like a $165 upgrade, which probably didn't even cost them that much at UPS because they ship so much. It's probably a consumer price. But it would have been nice to open it up and get like the backpack or get something saying, we're sorry we screwed up. Here you go. Here's a peace offering. But there was nothing like that. It was just standard box. Anyway, it was pretty frustrating as far as from order to product. And I think they could have done better as far as that goes. But if you're ordering one of these for yourself, yeah, the product is awesome. I'm really looking forward to gaming with it. This is actually going to be my gaming PC. I'm gonna play the games on here, and then my old desktop, which is still pretty good, I'm gonna make that just stream my stuff. But I work 2 jobs, one of which I can't do anything at, but the second one I have a lot of downtime where I'm sitting in a building and just waiting for the call to action. So I'll be able to get on there and play a little bit and do some gaming. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's like taking my desktop with me. My MacBook, all I could do was go on and watch Netflix. I couldn't really get on there and play Dead by Daylight or any really fun games. So I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, anyway, $4,022 I think is what I paid to ship to Washington State. Well, for the computer and the shipping to Washington State. Again, I'm upset that, they've already got new products before this thing even arrived. Before it even left the building, they already had the i7 9900, the 8-core i7 available. They had the RTX 2080 available. But, it is what it is. Maybe in the future I'll upgrade. They're supposed to have free labor, I believe, and 24/7 tech support with this, but we'll see how that goes. I wasn't real impressed with the responses or the lack of response I got the last time, but I stand behind American companies, smaller companies. I didn't want to buy a Dell or an HP or something like that. I wanted something special. I was looking at exotic PC, and I use MSI products in my desktop, and that was the closest one to what I wanted was the MSI. I think it was a Titan. It was about the same price point. It did come with the RTX 2080 already. That was already on there when I looked at it. But I chose Origin because of their history and because of the stuff I had heard about them. And unfortunately, I was a little disappointed with that part. We'll see how the computer goes. It's been a week and it's been awesome. But we'll see. I mean, I think it's going to be good. And hopefully Origin fixes those little holes. That'd be a great company, I know that they did CES and PAX South during that time, so maybe they just did that instead of working on mine. I don't know. They did 2 live builds during that time. They kept tweeting that they were live gaming, and I know they got to do marketing, and they're all different people, and I get all that stuff. And an estimated ship date is an estimate. I get that too. There's going to be problems, but the chronological events to me didn't say that they found a GPU and they found RAM, because he said it was already done, and then they found new stuff, and I'm glad they found it. I mean, if that was the case, I wouldn't want them to send it here and then have to send it back. But yeah, it is what it is. Maybe if you got a little more influence, they'll want to push you up a little more. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Again, my name's Dean. On Twitch, I stream on Decuro_gaming. I don't really stream on YouTube or use this YouTube channel for Decuro Gaming much, but you know, I figured I'd throw this up because it was a video. I didn't really want to do this live. Hopefully it turned out good, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to, you know, check me out, go over and give me a follow, or follow here. You know, like, dislike, whatever. But thanks for your time, man. Have a good day.